house. There we go. That way Grandma doesn't get mad at me. And we're off. We know it's this way, so we don't need to go back there. Onwards. Oh! Come on, come on! Yeah, I'm not one of those people who chases down every achievable. Woo! Dang it, Rolo. Gosh darn dang it.
For a town that saw few visitors, the welcome was perhaps more grand than necessary.
Also covered in lichen. Anything to do with the stump? What about the bushes? Search all the things! Nothing. You know the drill. Don't let anyone discover our secret path. And he tries to do the Simpson into the bush
Chapter 2.
thing.
Welcome to Beacon Pines. For many years, this valley had been a small mining outpost. It wasn't until Sharper Valentine built his fertilizer company that Beacon Pines was established. Over the next 30 years, the town had grown and prospered until the foul harvest and his sudden death. In the 6 years since, everyone was simply trying to get by.
Well, that's not ominous or anything. Thank you for 10 months, Count. Yeah, 10 already. I have been an affiliate for 10 months. Isn't that crazy? We're almost on a year of affiliate. Crazy. We got people we could talk to. We got things we can check out. And we're gonna go through all of these scenes like we can. So what's going on here? Sorry, young Mr. Van Horn. Can't talk now. Very busy with preparations.
Mayor Augustus Valentine was not busy.
Oh, sorry, Gus. How many times do I... It's Mayor Ugh.
Flustered, Gus instinctively loosened his tie.
Keep up the good work. I must briefly attend to a concerned citizen. Huh? It's nothing. Keep at it. All right, what can the mayor of Beacon Pines do for you today? Oh, just saying hi, I guess. Well, good day to you too, young Mr. Van Horn. I mean, to be fair, I don't know many mayors who would just go out of their way to say hello to a kid who just wants to bug them. Like, that's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's obviously, like, a very put-upon mayor. For whatever reason. But, like, that was pretty nice. He handled that well, if a bit overdone. Who's this? Hey, Mr. Kerr. Hey there, pal.
William Kerr was the CEO of Perennial Harvest Company.
You are very spoiled, Count. You live in a very small town.
He had become a fixture around town over the past few years. After the failing of Valentine Fertilizer, the town was hungry to welcome a new source of employment.
Excited for the big festival? Oh, sure. Come on now, when I was your age, there was nothing more exciting than a town festival. The food, the music, the dancing. Sounds pretty alright. You're gosh darn dang it right it is. I know I read that wrong, that's okay. I'm looking forward to letting off some steam myself. Make sure to invite all your little friends. I couldn't keep Rolo away if I tried. Excellent. Sorry, Luca. Gotta get back to the proverbial grindstone. Our harvest awaits and all that. Ho now. The left side's a little low. Okay. Old Pickler's Pond. Good to know. Do we go after Rolo, or do we cross the bridge and check out the town? I just wanted to see what that would do. That's all it does. Our harvest awaits. You know, that would be a very good Cult of the Land motto. I've not ever played Cult of the Lamb myself. I've only seen Kraken play it, aka Paul. But it's an interesting game. Like, I would totally play Cult of the Lamb, but I don't own it. Not that I necessarily need to run my own cult, but, you know, it works. Again, I won't make this a poll. Chat, what do you think? Shall we explore the town, or shall we go after Rollo? Because Rollo is the main quest. And the main storyline. Or we could go check out the town, see what we have, explore, see how far the narrator will let us run around in before we have to go find Rollo. Count says the town. Yes, Count. I know that you know, but you don't have to tell us in advance. We can find out for ourselves. I want to know what chat wants to do. The entirety of chat, not just one person, but everybody. What does everybody want to do? We're in this together, after all. It's the story that we are experiencing. Ooh. We did use all of our charms. Do we still have them? Ooh, we do. We do. Okay. Junk and tickle we haven't used yet. Good to know. Oops. Wrong button. Keep doing that. I was playing Minecraft so much yesterday. Alright, well, it looks like town exploration is it, so we're gonna go across the bridge and talk to people. Hello! Oh, he's sleeping. Sorry to bug you. Hey, Mr. Sinclair!
Mr. Sinclair continued snoring and lifted one eyelid just enough to see who it was. A tactic he often used to avoid undesirable conversation.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Sinclair! Bah, don't you see I'm sleeping, boy? How's the napping today? Crummy, as always. Used to have a perfectly nice view from here. Till Perennial Harvest put that monstrosity of a building in the way. Why don't you just move your chair a bit? Why should I be the one that moves? If it's a showdown they want, I ain't gonna be the one who blinks. Snore. Okay then, anything in this bush? I'm assuming this is his house. Hello. Come on, Andy, grab his wallet. I'm sorry, Iggy, I can't. Do it or we pound ya. Yup. Yeah, but my mom said... Yeah, but... If I had a nickel for every yeah, but... I'd be a frickin' king of nickels. Ain't that right, Tish? Yup. Really? That's... bullying? Really? Bullying in Beacon Pines? Really? Awful. Children these days. Yes, this is an ugly building. It's Joja Corp all over again, but in fertilizer. Mr. Van Horn, do you have a moment? It's just Luca. Golly, I'm sorry. It's my first week in Perennial Harvest.
He pulled a pen from the pocket of his sweater vest and began to frantically jot something down on a clipboard.
Wonderful. It won't happen again. If we are going to be on a first-name basis, then you can call me Pete. Oh, nice to meet you, Pete. Sorry, what are you writing? Oh, just documenting. Gosh, it's exciting to be part of something so darn special. You know, it's not just about new fountains and phone booths. We're gonna change the world. And it all starts here in Beacon Pines. Isn't that amazing? Uh-huh. Anyway, I'd better get... Oh, that reminds me. We'd love to hear your thoughts. My thoughts? You bet. If we're gonna change this town, We need to get every detail right. That sounds intense. Changing the world is intense. So, what do you say? Could you answer a few questions? Well, I guess if it's quick. Wonderful. Open to answering a few quick questions. One down. See? It's not that hard, is it? Oh, okay. We're going already. Question 2. What is something you love about Beacon Pines? I never really thought about it before. Perfect. It's the only place I've lived? See? That wasn't so painful.
Pete stopped scribbling and glanced up from the clipboard.
Was it? I guess not. Huzzah! Our first 3 questions answered in record time. Are you literally writing down everything? Thank you so much for your time. I need to process these answers. We can save the rest of your thoughts for later. Okay. Our harvest awaits! Terrifying, that. Nothing here. And... oh, right! Rolo's waiting up at the treehouse. Yep, that's as far as I can get. This is blockaded. Is there a secret passageway? No. Okay. Well, we tried. Time to go to the pond. No. I wanted to look at the sign. Thank you. Mission control. They made a sign for mission control, but they don't want anyone to know where mission control is. 12-year-olds. Authorized personnel only. Who's this? Hey, Jetson. Is the line playing any tunes today? No bites this morning, I'm afraid. Come to think of it, I can't remember the last time I reeled one in. But hey, it was never about the catch. This is where I come to think. Yeah, that's what my dad used to do here. That reminds me. If you ever want his chair back, I've taken to standing recently. Keeps me from falling asleep at the reel. If you don't mind, I think it should stay. Not at all. An empty chair makes for a great listener.
Whenever Luca saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown.
Oh look, no sign.
Luca opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait.
Okay, which one is the perfect bait? Let's have a poll. We'll have a quick poll. It'll only be a minute. So, chat, please. Top of the chat box, there should be a poll. Feel free to click on whichever choice that you want. Feel free to use your channel points to duke it out with the other chatters. But let me know what we should use. Tickle or junk? Not entirely sure which one will actually be bait, but here we are. Yes, I saw the patch count. I saw the patch. We will run into the new content of Beacon Pines eventually. I'm not sure where it comes into play, but looks like Junk has won the poll. Good job, everyone, for being on the same page. Very proud of you. Very proud. All right. Since Junk has won the poll, Junk is what we will use.
Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring?
Give it a good cast now. You have to reel it in a bit faster, or your catch will lose interest. Oh, we gotta do it again.
Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring?
The interesting thing is there's a popular guide for getting the 2 achievements for the 2 minigames, as some of the bait turns out to be slightly hard to find. Good to know. Alright. Ooh. Oh, it snapped. Easy there, buckaroo. You don't know your own strength.
Luca tied a shoestring. What fish could resist?
Let's see if we can even do this. It's just an old shoe. Where do you think the other one is? Hard to say. Sometimes things drift away. That's not fair. No, it's not. Well, wherever it is, I hope that the other boot at least has a sock to keep it company. Can we look at it? Nope, it's just our treasure. Alright, well, we used the shoestring. Let's try the tickle.
Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook. Good for skimming the surface.
Luca is very cute like this. He's like 6. It's very cute. Now this is a fishing minigame that I can get behind because it's not Stardew Valley's, which drives me nuts. Yes, the nervous little tail twitches are very cute. But we got a rubber ducky. Well, I'll be switched. It's your old rubber ducky. You were just a little drooling ball of fur when you lost that. Cried for days. I told you it'd turn up. Heh. Alright, well, I think that's all the things that we have bait for. Looks like we could use some new bait. What do you say we head out and find some more? So we will have to find the bait before we can come back to the minigame. Nothing more to say. We can still go back to fishing if we find new bait. Keep out.
The boys had a good thing going, as long as they kept old Jeff happy. They had an endless source of precious materials to add to the treehouse.
Who's old Jeff? We don't know. Is there anything else in the bushes? No?
After Luca's father had passed, Rollo became obsessed with them building their own Hank atomic star scraper. It was some time before Luca realized it was Rollo's way of keeping him occupied.
Aw, what a good friend. Ah, we can chill.
On certain nights, when the clouds were just right, the boys could tune into strange patterns of static. Rollo thinks it's aliens. He always thinks it's aliens. Luca's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness.
Alright. Oh, hey.
Luca looked up at the satellite dish. Rollo nearly killed himself putting that up into the tree.
And we got pole.
While it didn't turn the radio into an interstellar communicator, as he'd hoped, it did at least boost the signal enough to overhear truckers one town over.
Good to know. Alright, time to talk to Rollo. You're welcome, Count. I try. I'm not very good at it some days. Other days, I'm great. Yep, I'm pretty sure there's like a couple of places that you can get certain charms, but you know, we're checking all the places to see if we can't get them the first time around. Okay, what's this top secret plan to start our summer? So you know the abandoned warehouse by my place? The old Valentine building? Yeah, well, it isn't abandoned. What makes you think that? Get this. Last night, it was glowing. Glowing? Are you sure? Kinda. That place has been empty since... Since the foul harvest? Yeah. Who would even want to poke around that place? We would, Rollo. We would. Wait. It's just a busted old warehouse. I just meant we could do some research at the library. You want to actually go to the warehouse? What do you expect to find? Answers. My mom's out there somewhere. And it seems like everyone wants to pretend that she's gone for good. You don't have to come, Rollo, if you don't want to. Luca, remember that time I sort of accidentally burned down the chicken coop? And you jumped in and said it was your fault before my paw could throttle me? This is a flaming chicken coop sort of deal. I've got your back. Thanks, Rollo. Now that I think about it, poking around a decrepit fertilizer warehouse is exactly how I want to spend the first days of summer. Let's go! Oh, jeez. This kid. Anything else before we go the way Rollo did? Nope. We out. Anything new to find? No? Anything? No? What about this flower? Nope. Okay. You got nothing new to say? Alright. We're running. That's just the sign that tells us about the pond. Oh, there's Rollo. I'm just catching my breath a bit. Go on. I'll catch up. Wore himself out. That's funny. That is funny. What am I looking for? Un momento, por favor. Ooh, more stuff. Anything here? No. Betcha we can read the sign. Last Chance Diner. Good to know. Town Hall. Nope. The Beacon.
Holden Wilder ran the local paper of record. The Beacon.
Hey, Mr. Wilder. Morning, Luca. What's the day have in store for you? I was wondering if you heard any news about... News? The Beacon knows the news that needs knowing. Any news about the old fertilizer warehouse? Nope. Oh. Rollo thought he saw some lights there last night. Rollo ought to be careful poking around that part of town. The winds of change are blowing. And change is a dangerous animal. Change. Oh, I can jump. Cool. Well, Wee! Wee!
Luca could see the morning regulars nestled in their booths at the Early Bean.
The Early Bean. That's a cute... That is so cute. I want to go to a coffee house named the Early Bean. Well, I mean, he is some sort of goat. Or, deer. Hey, Mrs. Nelson. Morning, Luca. Any big plans for the summer? Not really. Heard anything about the old fertilizer warehouse? Any strange happenings? Can't say that I have. Either way, a dusty old warehouse is no place for a young boy. You be safe now. Ha ha ha. Piper? Oh, hey, Luca, what's up? You know it's summer break, right? Of course. And it's like, the morning? Correct. And you're studying? Like they say, the early bird gets the proper education required for a successful and fulfilling career later in life. Mm-hmm. Sure, Piper. Sure. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. Oh, these must be the cool cats. Hey, Zariel. Hey, Luca. Could you please tell this lazy butt to help out in the cafe? Lumi, Zariel would like you... Luca, let me give you a little gem of advice. If you never do what you don't love, then you'll never work a day in your life. Wow. You're really setting the kid up for success. Oh boy. Look at them cool cats. A lion and a kitty cat. Well, some sort of fluffy Persian thing. Anything up here that we can find? No. Not as such. Alright. Well.
Miss Hatch could often be found near the fountain, too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
The two wandered down the wooded path, unaware of the danger ahead. Oh! Oh, this is getting good! Oh no. She's reading the future. The bells stand in. Can we go in the beacon? No. Luca! This fellow, just the fellow I was looking for. Hey, Roxy, what's up?
Oh, right. Rendezvous with Roxy. This is an important turning point. The first time where your charms will change the course of fate. And currently, we only have one suitable charm at our disposal. Have no fear, we can always return later using the Chronicle once we find more charms. Well, now I'm just rambling. Where were we?
Have you seen my blockhead brother today? He skipped out before breakfast. Well, not really, no. Can't say that I have. Can't say or won't say. Roxy, would I lie to you? Luca, wait up! I almost forgot to tell you. Roxy might be lurking around here. This is one of her favorite places to stand around and be useless. Rolo. So we need to make sure she doesn't spot us. Rolo. Why are you doing that turning thing with your body? What? You're not scared, are you? She's harmless. And a chump. And she's right around that corner, isn't she? Don't mind me over here lurking uselessly. Oh, hey, sis. Nice weather we're having, eh? I couldn't help but notice you snuck out this morning before breakfast. Wasn't hungry. Also couldn't help but notice your morning chores were left unchored. Roxy, I'm gonna level with you. I'm sick and tired of digging up carrots. We all gotta pick up the slack since the foul harvest. Almost every carrot I dug up is rotten. And the rest look like they were hit with Hank Atomic's shrink array. All the more reason to keep on digging. There's gotta be more life than puny carrots. Look, Roxy, Luca and I have places to be, so if you don't mind... Oh, I do mind. I'm not gonna catch hell again because of you. So either you march yourself home and harvest those carrots, or I haul you home myself. Older
Roller
sisters.
froze as Roxy took a step toward him, cracking her knuckles. Luca knew he had one chance to save his friend from being dragged home.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little... chill. That's the only charm we have that will work for this turning point, but we will be back to this turning point to change things later. So let's see what chill does for us.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
I am hydrating as we speak. Thank you for the reminder, Count. Water, because all of my coffee is already gone. So sad. Coffee, why for you have left me? Come on, Roxy. It's the first day of summer. The sun's shining, and we just want to take it easy. Let's leave tomorrow's problems for tomorrow. That's great and all, but Rollo's problems have a way of becoming my problems. And Pa always says tomorrow's work is best left for yesterday. March, you big oaf. Aw, rats. I expect a full report about the Valentine place. A full report! And our quest continues. And later on, we get to use other words such as dumb, clever, and also the ever fun one, insane. Oh, Trav. Oh, Trav. We'll see. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and children like you. Yeah. Yeah. Although, tigers and carrots seems a little strange to me. I didn't think that tigers were into vegetables. As anything but chew toys. So, Fitz, what are you up to this lovely day? Nope. Cool, cool, cool. Fitz knows better. I don't blame her. She's a smart squirrel, she is. Sharper Valentine, founder of Beacon Pines. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. Sharper Valentine.
A bit much, if you ask me.
Indulgent. What's over this way? Hey, Solomon. Apologies, no time for chit-chat. Bye, Solomon.
Jeff's hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
Oh dear.
Luca knew that if he gave up now, he'd never hear the end of it from Rollo.
Apparently I cannot go back. Okay. It's the library. Looks like the library hasn't opened yet. I'll check back later. That's fair, Count. That's fair. But, you know, I thought they'd be in something like, you know, the sheep business or something. We will have to get to that secret later, because I cannot any longer go back to that screen. You do have a point, Trav. Orange carrots, orange coats. Except we genetically engineered carrots to be orange. They weren't orange originally. Just FYI. I mean, so what if his sister? Nuncreed's drugstore. Luca, my boy, hold up a tick. Oh, hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I was just on my way to... I just sold the last jar of your grandmother's preserves. Can't stock the shelves fast enough, turns out. Hey, that's great. But I'm actually... I guess Juniper will just have to swing by with more of her lovely jam. Uh-huh. Well, don't let this old man slow you down. You just remind her that she still owes me that dance.
A promise Gran regretted the second it was made.
Oh no. Oh no. Gran has suitors. Will do. She's a fine woman, that Juniper. Yeah, she's pretty cool, I guess. A real fine woman. Gotta go. Sweeter than any jam on earth. I have a feeling he's the one who's been buying all the jam. Just FYI.
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
Is there anything in the mail? No? Can I go this way? Is there anything over here in the street? No. Apparently there are no cars, so I can't get ran over. Oh, hey, Luca. Hey, Joey. How's the bug hunt going? Not great. Bugs have been shy this week. Bugs get shy? Oh, sure. Bugs aren't that different from people. Sometimes they just want to be left alone. If you're going into Weep Wood, just be careful where you step. No bug crunching. Got it. Let's check the bushes. Anything? Anything? We're just gonna munch on the scenery until we find something. Oh, hi.
Luca peeked up at the beehive. It appeared to be deserted.
That's strange. That is a bad sign.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town. The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
I mean, it's a pretty estate. Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Housekeeping? Apparently not. Well, we munched on all the scenery.
The path led into a small hollow at the edge of Weepwood.
Okay, no turning back now. Caution, electrified fence. Is that sign new?
The fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz.
Okay, so what would Rolo do if he was here?
Luca often asked himself what Rolo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
I'm definitely not touching that thing. I mean, genetic engineering doesn't necessarily mean that we messed with their genes. A breeding program is also genetic engineering, Trav. Rolo would go in, so... Hello. Huh.
As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section shut off. 2 bulbs remained.
Well, 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 look at that. I can... That's 2.
1 more to go. The fence's buzzing gave way to silence.
Yeah, the paw print is very cute. Okay. Moment of truth.
every kid in town knew the old Valentine fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now, it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life.
Okay, so Rollo wasn't exaggerating for once. What's going on here?
There was only one way to find out.
Wow, that smells awful. Too bad Rollo's not here. He would have had no problem poking around in there.
The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid.
Locked.
Luca thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better.
A zipper? Footsteps?
The sound of footsteps grew louder.
Hello? Shit.
The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luca watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light.
This is a story about change.
This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself. But change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end? I probably should have warned you about this. There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy, but don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. I just know it. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different.
So, the only place that we don't have a check mark on something is here, the rendezvous with Roxy. So it's time to go back in time in the story and try a different outcome. So, how do we deal with Roxy? We're gonna be a little shit. Let's go. I told you we'd have to try all the options.
The best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
Here we go. Make a break for it. What have you done? Ah! Did that little shit just kick me? Run all you want, you little twerps. You gotta come home eventually. Sorry. Whoa. Sorry about that. Rollo can get overexcited sometimes.
Solomon Valentine, current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune, huffed as he brushed off his pants.
A town of complete and utter fools. One wonders if there's worth taking anything here seriously. Either way, I'm really sorry. No matter. How are you doing? Me? Yes, with all that business about your mother and whatnot. Oh, I'm getting by. Still no word from her at all? No. That is truly a shame. Your grandmother's taken residence to keep house? Yeah. And how's that going? We mostly stay out of each other's way. You make it sound like she's rarely at home. It's not like that. She just has a lot to do. Mm-hmm. She's still settling in and trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Indeed. Well, count your blessings. It's better to have a caretaker who's rarely around, in lieu of one who tries to compensate by smothering you with attention. That doesn't sound so bad. Trust me when I say, it's best to rely on yourself. Family has a way of creating more problems than they solve. Poor Solomon.
Solomon trifled a gesture toward the approaching heiress Valentine.
Speak of the devil. Do not wander off like that. I'm much too busy to be looking all over for you. Apologies, heiress. I was just taking a stroll through town. Strolls are for commoners. You're a Valentine now. I want you to be present for the construction of the History Museum. The future of this town relies on its ability to remember our family's great past. Of course. Poor kid can't even get out to play. Well, we found a new charm. That's good. Nothing new. Avoid the conversation. Luca, my boy, hold up a tick. Sorry, Mr. Nuncreed. Kinda in a hurry right now. Running. Boy's got too much of his father in him. I win! Little help? I am the champion! Were we racing? Did that road get longer? Like anything changes around here? It seemed longer. You're just a little lightheaded from the run. You really need to pace yourself better next time. Not sure why I would take advice from second place. Has that sign always been there? Wait, what? Caution, electrified fence. No, that's definitely new. Creepy. How are we gonna get around an electric fence? Don't worry, I've got this. Why did you do that? Pa always says you can figure out what the plan was when you were done. Great. What now? Well, I did my part and established that touching the fence is bad. I'm sure you can handle it from here. I'll supervise. From a safe distance. Alright. Well, we know what to do. I'm curious to see, can I pick up this rock? No. What about going over here? Oh, hello. New stuff. Check out the shrubbery. Nope. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. Okay, nothing over there. Nothing over there. Well, whatever we have to do on that screen, I don't know. Whoa, you're a genius! Yeah, I know. I think that did it! Luca, you never fail to impress.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rollo began to bounce excitedly.
Check it out! Dang, Rollo, you weren't exaggerating for once. Was there ever any doubt? This definitely needs investigating. Good thing 2 ace detectives are on the case. This is bizarre. This is awesome! Well, that didn't happen last time. Did you feel that? What, the excitement in the air? You bet your butt I did. Check out this puddle. That's not normal. And this hose. Oh man, the door's locked. Try harder. No dice. It won't budge. Oh well. This dumpster is new, right? I bet it's got stuff in it. Can't really see what's in here. Who did all this? My nose is itching. I think I smell some treasure. Are you sure that isn't the hazardous waste? Just help me get in. Rollo, it would be my honor to throw you in the trash. Come on, Lady Luck. So, what's in there? Let's see. There's a squishy bag of squish. Wow. A good inch of stagnant sludge. Your natural habitat. Wait, hold the phone. Hold 2 phones. Check these bad boys out. Are those walkie-talkies? Just like Hank Atomic communicators. Do these actually work? Ground command to Hank Atomic. Hank, do you read me? This is Hank Atomic. Ground command, you're coming in 5 by 5. How are your vital readouts, Hank? I'm getting a little stuffy in here. Requesting assistance for evac. Help is on the way. What was that? Someone's coming. Give me your hand. I'm trying. My hands are covered in squish. Scoot over. I'm coming in. That cannot be good. They're in hazmat suits. Oh man, these kids are gonna get sick and die. Tell me you saw that? Dude, I don't know what I saw. He's coming back. Get down.
The boy sat petrified under the weight of the bag.
Oh god, tell me that's not what I think it is. Luca, do you know what separates run-of-the-mill detectives from ace detectives? A ridiculous hat? When the chips are down, ace detectives dig deeper for clues.
Rollo felt around at the large sack which burdened them.
Aha!
He snapped off a tag from just within a small zipper opening in the bag.
Some sort of badge or something. What's it say?
Rollo held the badge up to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
Dr. Prescott, Deep Engineering. It's a name tag. Who would throw away a bag full of slimy old name tags? I think it's just one name tag in a bag full of something else. Okay. I think we should make a break for it. Stay calm. This is no time to panic. I'm not panicking! You're panicking! Rollo, calm down. You don't have to squeeze my hand so hard. Dude, I am not holding your hand. Quit messing around. What other slime-covered hand would be in here? Ah! Ah! I'm beginning to see the benefits of your Run for Our Lives plan. Right, we've clearly established that I'm faster than you, so I'll go first. Why not go together? Flaming chicken coop, Luca! I'll make sure the coast is clear. After I go, count to 100. If you hear me yell, run. If you don't hear me yell, run! Actually, either way, haul ass. Rolo, I'll give you credit. You sure found an eventful way to start our summer. It's what I do. Well, here goes nothing.
Lucas sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rolo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rolo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37. The thick stench made it hard to breathe. Screw it, that's long enough. Luca carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rolo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit. Time to haul ass. Luca clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could. Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes. He wouldn't remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow. Chapter 3. Finding a friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I really hope you took a bath, kid. I finished jamming a mess of jam last night. I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, nothing interesting. Hello? Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering, folks. I'll be right there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really. We sort of just ran around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
I have to go take care of something. You are to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstances are you to leave. What? We did not leave that Frigidor open. I know better. And therefore Luca knows better. If I am not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here, understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. Well, that was strange. As an oldest sister, I know that never works. You always have to give kids a good reason. Okay, nothing said. Still can turn on the water. I'm just checking to see if there's anything new to be had. Nothing going on. We can check the back garden. We didn't leave the house, we just went outside for a little bit. We can't read the gardening book.
A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Is that coming from inside the house? Oop. Didn't mean to go back out the back door. Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Rolo, is that you? Over?
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
I'm coming, I'm coming. Oh, hey, Roxy. This is about me, accidentally kicking you yesterday. Is Rolo here? No? Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rolo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rolo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late, and we went home. Weepwood? If he's alive, I'm gonna kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around. Okay. I need to go let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rolo. Where are you? Quest received. So, we have a whole bunch of things now. We were told not to leave the house. We were told not to leave the house. We were told not to leave the house. Is there an option to stay in the house? Be a good boy.
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
Can't do anything with the walkie-talkie. Gran's bed is still off limits. I guess the only way to move the story forward is to, leave the house? I wonder what happens if we sit here for a little while, if time just passes. We don't exactly know how time passes in this game. Interesting, interesting, interesting. No. No, nothing seems to be happening. Can't do anything with that. Yeah, I guess we have to leave the house. Against Gran's wishes. She's gonna be so mad. Anything to find back here? No? Over here? No? I mean, Rolo's sister is very scary, but... No. Alright, well, let's go to the library, I guess.
The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring. a sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
Nothing to see? We don't want you to actually go that way. Got it. Where is everybody? Hey, Bert. Have you seen Rolo? Nope. Though I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here until he gets back. Ah, right. Hey, Jetson. Have you seen Rolo come this way by any chance? Afraid not. As elusive as the fish in this here pond? Okay. We could check to see if we have any more bait. Let's play a relaxing minigame, guys. Let's see if there's any other different bait today. We got pole.
Luca
Cool.
tied a small magnet to the line, fishing with the law of attraction.
Let's fish with different bait. We got a key. Where do you think the lock is for this key? Now, why would we want to find that? Because then we would know the secret. Gah, that's no fun. The second we know what it unlocks, it just becomes a boring old key. Right now, this key could unlock anything. Cool. I think there's 3 more things to get, just because of the way that these things are placed. Yeah, we've done all the bait now.
Luca tied a small fishing with a...
We don't actually want to go fishing again. Alright, we'll check the mission control. Rolo's not here. Nothing new here. Okay. Can't do anything here. Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. Could have fooled me. Well, hey, it's no problemo. The important thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Pekin Pines. I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. How about you start by telling me, look, no offense, but I've got my own stuff to take care of. Gah, you joker. We're all a part of this together. You let us know when you are free to answer a few questions. Alright. We really need to get back to work. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she'll be here, then she will be here. I just don't see why I'm standing around, doing nothing, and waiting for Roxy, when I could be standing around, doing nothing, and getting paid for it. Come on, Lumi. Roxy needs our help. Yeah, well, good intentions don't qualify as legal tender. Ugh, my parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble? Something feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't. So I guess it's up to us to check Weepwood. Our shift doesn't end for another couple of hours. We could spend the time making posters. That would be great. I guess. Right. Fitz and I will check Weepwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Weepwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. Well, we learned a thing. What's this about a missing child? I must stress that the situation is completely under control. It all just seems so terrible. Are you sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense, young Miss Cotter will turn up safe and sound. Or, young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I am certain. You just focus on settling in. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging. Oh yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We were just telling our daughter Beck that... Now where did she run off to? Okay. We didn't get to look at this before. We kind of got suckered into not being able to look. We couldn't go back. Hey, Dawn. Is it true about Rolo? Yeah, he didn't come home last night. I wonder if it's connected. Connected to what? I was checking in on reports about increased activity around town. What sort of activity? Windowless trucks, mechanical noises, strange lights. Your typical shady stuff. Who would be doing all that and why? Well, I have a few leads. The Valentine family is always suspicious. Perennial Harvest certainly has the resources. Do you have any idea where Rolo could be? The best place to start looking is where the trail went cold. Where did you see him last? We were in Weepwood. Right by Valentine's fertilizer? I'll check out Weepwood when my shift ends. I do my best work at night. Being a bat and all. Not surprised. A Bet Dawn newsstand. Very cute. Last Chance Diner. Anything over here before we go? I guess Mr. Fratelli is getting ready for the festival. His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean, vanished? That's impossible! Oh my! He doesn't even see the danger he's in. She's reading this story. I just know it. Hi, Luca, what's up? You haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? He doesn't come around here much. Not since they made a rule that he can only order decaf. Oh, could you imagine Rolo on caffeine? Ay, ay, ay. Terrifying. Oh, hey, we haven't gone down here either. Jeez, we missed a lot of stuff. Well, it says no touching. We touched it. Hey, Griffin, has Rolo been by? Haven't seen him all day. I'm sure he'll show up safe and sound. And when he does, tell him there's a strawberry chocolate double scoop waiting for him. On the house. He'll like that. Hey, Eason. History Museum. It's laughable, really. Did you happen to see Rolo in there? No, just the shadow of a family, clinging to a town, clinging on to the past. You want me to keep touching the melon? Oh boy. Feel free to check for yourself. but don't expect to have your mind blown. All right, all right. Smack. Play that funky music, white boy. We got ourselves a charm. Anything back here? Got a munch on the scenery. Nope. Sharper Valentine, a celebration of excellence.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Sharper Valentine. Young Sharper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Remembrance Fund.
That was unhelpful. You were not wrong. Well, only place left to go is the way we went before.
Sally Seashore's simple, succulent sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
Succulent.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu, one of the greatest acting minds of our time, by Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Oof.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Yuck.
There were rarely any actual new additions. Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Boring.
Mycological Phosphorescence.
Ugh. More like complete loss of interest. Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Did Rolo come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually here early on days when a new issue drops. Rolo's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where? No, he knows where. Oh. Roger that, Space Cadet.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title. Introduction to Melitology.
Oh, hey, Luca. You snuck up on me. Good book? I don't know. Just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So now it's on to the wonderful world of bees. Turns out, bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that if there are two queens in a hive, they fight to the death for supremacy? That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rollo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
Well, that's all there is to the library. Personally, I think it's a very nice library, but, well, it's more of like a bookstore. What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Oh, yeah, Mr. Nuncreed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? Luca Van Horn. You're new here? Yep, not by choice.
Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rollo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like, missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. So, I should probably get going. Hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yep, well, technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. Oh, that's kind of like me and Rollo. I guess Rollo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. The name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you, Beck. I suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. Hey, look, we made a friend. Hi, Beck. Nice to meet you. Joey, have you seen Rollo around? No, sorry, Luca. I've had my eyes in the dirt looking for beetles. Can't seem to find any. He never came home last night. Do you think it's because it's been colder than normal? I don't see why that would have anything to do with Rollo. No, the beetles. Do you think the temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something? Who's to say? I'm no beetleologist. Just keep an eye out for him, would you? Of course. Alrighty then. Folks, we know where we were last, but let's check a few other places first. Can't play with the bees again.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
Okay, that's the same.
The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
Also the same. Okay. Let's check the front. We're just gnawing on the scenery, seeing what we can find. Anything here? Anything here? Nope. Back here, maybe? No. Nothing new here, although we're gonna have to be here at some point for something. I have a gut feeling about these things. Alright, into the Weepwoods we go. The electric fence is still down. Oh, that's not good.
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place. I have no idea what that stuff is. Well, the next obvious step is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
What the? Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So the science tells us that this gunk is weird as hell. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Hey, Tish, look what the cat dragged in. Yup. I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. Ah, don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yup. She looks fine to me. Why, hello. I don't think we've been properly introduced. Iggy's the name. This is my compatriot, Tish. Yep. You've probably heard of us. Can't say that I have. I'll forgive you this once on account of you being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dud? Oh? He seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. It's true. They got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only going to say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Ha ha ha. Well, look who's got a backbone now that a girl's around. First his pops croaked. Then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced. Oh, it's going
Iggy
down.
took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Do we bust out the tickles or bust out with the strange? Let's have a poll, shall we, chat? Let's do the poll. We don't have the option to fight, although we do have a fight charm or something of that nature, but feel free to click on the poll, throw in your channel points if you want to add some stank on that, by all means. Let's find out what chat would like me to do. Strange or tickle? Because this is going down. This kid has gone too far, and we are gonna find out what we're gonna do about it. Chat, you tell me how to deal with this, because in the end, we will probably do all the choices at some point, but right now, one at a time, one at a time. Let's find out what this path, where this path leads, and when it comes back around, we'll check out the branches to see what we will do differently. Alright, the poll has finished, and it looks like we're gonna be strange. We are gonna be strange. Alright, guys. Let's get back to the story, shall we?
Well, time to bust out the strange.
Alright, Luca. Looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with you, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Yep. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense, wackadoos travel in packs, eh, Dud?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Arrgh! Oof.
Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
That can't be good. You jerk! My clothes are all ruined, I'm
Iggy's
gonna...
voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
I don't feel so good. Help! I'm sorry. I just... Oh, shit. Yup. That's not good. That was intense. Iggy's gonna be okay, right? Nothing about this seems okay.
The person at the warehouse, this strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
We have to find Rollo. You took the words right out of my mouth. Let's stay away from the ooze, shall we? Uh-oh. Whoa there, little buddies. You startled me. What in the dickens are you up to in this part of town? We were just helping look for Rollo. Oh, you haven't heard the good news? Rollo showed up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So where was he? It's funny, really. He just got a little turned around in the woods. They can be disorienting, you know. I'm starting to get that impression. Rollo's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest. Wow, that's a relief. You two should scurry along before you get lost yourselves. Yeah, come on, Beck. I can't wait to introduce you to Rollo. Oh, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you. She was? She was worried sick. You should march straight home. I guess. Beck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rollo tomorrow. Sure. Glad he's okay. Aw, we made a friend, guys. And
Rollo was safe.
here we are.
A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits.
Oh, that wasn't said ominously or anything. Not at all. Absolutely not.
Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? She's not here. Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rollo. Check out the back. Not here. Gran? Roxy came over. She was worried about him. So I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. Oh. It turns out Rollo is safe and sound. Uh-oh.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess.
Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. "The wrong choice, but I respect it." The pond began to freeze over. "Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right." Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't understand." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go!" Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run!" The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. "That's the thing about fishing, Luca." His chest began to crystallize. "You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out." A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. "Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply. Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rolo?
Faintly, he could hear Rolo amongst the noise.
Luca! Rolo, is that you? Luca! There? Rolo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen. I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rolo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? Took me to some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in... For now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust. He's... Hold on. Someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rolo? Rolo, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rolo's voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control! You need to... The treehouse. The treehouse!
With that, the signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna! He wants me to use the antenna at the treehouse to get a better signal. Rolo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Alright, well, it's the middle of the night. We're running out. Do we even know if Gran ever made it
a group
home?
of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Oh, there's Gran. So, we all understand our roles. You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists. Hiram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right. You can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Heiress Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I have no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How's Luca holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. Gran, why are you meeting with Mrs. Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Hey, Luca! Gah! Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. I like Dawn. She's so cute. Earlier today, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When I left, they tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your Gran been doing anything differently recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Tolliver, it seems? She was either furious or terrified. Or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of a scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? Nah, I'm gonna stick out here for a bit longer. See you, Luca! That little bat. So cute. Well, we gotta get to the treehouse. What are these two doing out? I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. It was simple enough to just rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is
The
good.
two boys shared a mischievous grin.
Can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. Well, somebody's up to something. Don't know what. Rolo? Rolo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rolo. Mr. Kerr said you were all right. What happened out there? Dang it, Rolo, where are you? Hello? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I've got weapons in here, so you'd better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons? How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? What, you don't recognize me? Guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
I'm a monster. And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy.
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your fault.
Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second? And I get to be like this forever? There must be a way to fix this. Oh, you gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luca saves the day. With his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chased me all through Weak Wood. I only came here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luca! Luca! Rollo? It's not safe, Luca. Rollo, where are you? The treehouse. I'm at the treehouse, Rollo. Where are you? No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards. What did I tell you? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do. But it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Crap, they found me. Luca, what's happening? Don't panic, you stay here and I'll see what they want. Oh god, there's an army of them. That's not terrifying or anything. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in just a second. Of course, of course, of course. Oh my god, there's an army. We have a problem. Luca, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They were saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away. Just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, though. We're here to help. Help? Then why are you chasing me? Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him. He's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty honkin' big question, Luca. All you need to know is he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me that Rolo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That is a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rolo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luca. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting, and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I'm the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
Well, the only option we have is fight. I told you we'd fight. Frickin' hyena indeed, Winterfairy. The clipboards, man. They're a creepy army. Wow, did this story take a turn? It was so bright and cheerful and cutesy, and now terrifying. Well, only chance we got is to fight. So fight we will.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight.
Change can be frightening, indeed.
He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr!
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rolo sends his regards. Oh no. Hey! That was uncalled for, and more than a little rude. And just plain unsanitary. Luca, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
End this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Time to go back and see what other options we have. Okay, so this one we've done everything. This one we've done everything that we have available. We could go back to this branch and try to struggle. We could go back to this branch and try tickling. So, Warehouse of Horrors or Hazardous Hectoring? Which branch do we want to try? I'll throw up a poll. All right. Chat, feel free to head to the top of the chat page, click on the option that you would like to do, and we will figure out which path we decide to take and how we change what happened. I mean, we only really have struggle or tickle as options because we've tried strange and we tried change before, but yeah, which path do we try? You guys tell me and I will go with it. And we will see how that changes the story. As you can see, the tree is growing on this page. It's very interesting. And at any point in time, we really can just like head here and see what a different choice will do. But it's been fun following a path for a while. So let's see what else we can find. It looks like the results are for hazardous hectoring, so we definitely don't want to try the new branch. We want to try changing the branch we are currently on. All right. Let us get back to the hazardous hectoring and see if we can change what happens to Iggy and if that's a better idea. We tried strange, and it didn't go well. So...
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Hey, Tish, want to see something cool? Yup. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the... Tish, is she tickling you? Yup. Yup. Yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Yup, yup, yup.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
Yup. What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. Mm-hmm. See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Oh no. Whoa. What a little creep. Beck? I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? That depends. What are your feelings about having a more mature, refined look? Yeah, I feel sorry for Tish. I mean, she tries, but she's just such a big girl. Oh, God.
Chapter 4. The Best Policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
You did indeed end up tall and quiet, Count. Let us not play in the ick. It is icky. There's nothing over here. We're gonna go wide berth around that. Check out over there. Nope, nothing. Oh. Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with gray hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just helping look for Rollo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of time.
In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rollo and I weren't just playing in Weebwood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us. I think it was a body. So we ran, but we got split up. And I ran home. It's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rollo's gonna be okay, I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I want to help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sound like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Well, they finally fixed the hole in their fence. Dang, they boarded it up the way in. I can still throw these around. Yet as soon as I get out of the scene, I don't have it anymore.
Mr. Nuncreed jumped with a start.
Whoa, don't sneak up on an old fellow like that. Sorry. Who are you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really. The whole thing's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics must have the whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy, if there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
The only option we have is shame. So shame it shall be.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness.
Oh, he's definitely sold out, yep.
If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Oh, kiddo, don't be so innocent. Yesterday, Rollo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing? Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first, we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him. You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said, Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? We were all so close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule, plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
Oh, Nuncreed is bad. We happen to know that the place where the clipboards work brought in the phone booth.
Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
So, we don't have any options there. We don't have any options there. We don't have any options there, or there, or there, which means the only option we haven't tried is the Warehouse of Horrors and Struggle. Our harvest awaits. It does indeed. But harvest of what, exactly? Our mom did go missing, after all. And our dad died. Are these things connected, chat? Let's find out, shall we? Time to go back in time. This is a story about struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3.
So remember, this is the branch where Luca went to the factory, or went to the warehouse by himself. Rollo was never involved. So here we are, trying to see what happens when we don't get our friend caught.
Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rollo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. I've set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tulliver at the Bag and Wag. Another for Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now while the day is still young. Well, that conversation went very differently. Anything new out here? Nope, not so much. Nothing new. Don't leave that open. Gran's sitting right there. She's shooing us away. Nothing there new. Nothing there new. Okay. Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simple matter is, we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Anything new here? Nope. Still chilling there. Nothing new here. Let's go check upstairs. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Laundry basket. We don't have the walkie-talkie because we didn't find them with Rollo. Nothing new here. Time to take the jam. Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news! No more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rollo, I gotta deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Oh, is it a whole thing? Sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight? I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. I could go up to the grave. Doo-doo-doo. But nothing going on here. I can't seem to put down the basket either, so. Yep, I checked the yard. Anything here? Nope. We can still look at this old Pickler's Pond. Okay. Wait, watch your step. Oh, sorry. There was a whole family of beetles here. They've gone missing. I thought they just sort of wandered around. Everyone has a home, Luca. Even beetles.
Luca checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird that they're gone. They went missing when the festival preparations began. You think the noise scared them away? Something like that. Just watch where you step, okay? I think this kid is onto something, actually. Perennial harvest? Fertilizer versus pesticides? You can tell those jerks, it doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up, I ain't moving. Shoo. No clipboard out today. Can't talk to her. Anger from the past. Anger from the past. Mistakes not yet made. And a glimmering hope for the future. He carried them all in equal parts everywhere he went. Oh heavens, what a burden to bear. She is definitely reading this book. Nope. Can't do anything here. Can't go in the cafe. We'll try the front door. This is not where we need to be, clearly. Mr. Wilder, I trust you have time to chat.
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune.
Thus the name.
Had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Certainly. What seems to be the problem?
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice that the front page of this morning's paper was consumed with stories about this silly festival. Yes, I understand that that's actually her name. Well, yes. That is the news of the day. But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more so interested in this town's future, rather than any one family in particular. There was a time, Mr. Wilder, when the goings-on of my family was the only thing this town cared about. Well, things change, ma'am. And you know change is dangerous, if you finish that thought. Oh, sorry. And you know change is dangerous if you finish that thought. I will make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine. Did I give you the impression this conversation was finished?
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, good day, Mr. Wilder. She's an heiress, Count. Last chance diner. Can't talk to Mr. Wilder. Alright, we'll go this way. Hey, Dawn. Oh. Hey, Luca, what's up?
Dawn had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
Oh, they got you on jam delivery, eh? Yup. Hey, Dawn, have you noticed anything weird around town lately? What sort of weird things? Stuff going on at the old Valentine building? You might say I've heard some things. I'm working on a story about it right now. So, what's going on? Can't say quite yet. I still need to follow up on a few leads. Keep me in the loop, okay? Sure thing. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, came in from the big city. Her parents both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest, and the other is working for Eris Valentine. And? The Valentines represent Beacon Pine's past. Perennial Harvest has positioned itself as this town's future. Must make for some interesting dinner conversations. I can imagine. Well, we've learned about the new kid. Well, if it isn't my favorite little jam runner. Hey, Mrs. Fratelli. Look at you.
She leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your gran not feeding you? She is. It's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around in a little apron taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh, yes. Let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Ah, they even have my name on them. How thoughtful.
She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your gran hello for me, Luca. Will do. Check.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
I think we've stumbled on to the other minigame. I'm ready to help, Mama. All right, little buckaroo. It's up to us to feed these folks while Mrs. Fratelli is away. I've got to deal with the inventory before I can start cooking. Do you think you can handle taking some orders in the meantime? Yes, Mama. Here we go. Hiya, Roxy. Luca? I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will rub off on Rolo. What can I get you? Not really feeling like a burger. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Coming right up. Whoop. Chicken sandwich with bacon on top. Tender chicken. That looks like chili. That looks like cactus. That looks like lettuce. So, indulgent bacon. Here you go. I call it the Love Me Tenders. Nice. Aren't you a little young to be waiting tables? I'm just helping out. My father had me hustling when I was your age as well. Father always says, children are to be sails pulling a family ever forward. That doesn't sound very fun. There's plenty of time for fun. For instance, Father and I always make time to have lunch together once a month.
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Should I come back? Oh no, it turns out Father was too busy to have lunch today. I'll just go ahead and eat alone. Oh. The silver lining is, without him around, I can have my usual. A nice stack of cold cuts topped with a pile of sloppy chili. Coming right up. Ooh. Well, that must be the chill cold cuts. Hamburger, candy, chicken tenders. All right, chill cold cuts. With a chill pile of chili. Not cactus, not bacon, not lettuce. Here you go. Cold cuts with steaming hot chili on top. I call it the hot and cold. That's perfect, thank you. Last one. Gadzooks, they've shrunk the waitstaff.
Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
How's your pops doing? He's been pretty busy these days. I know the feeling. Tell him that fish and rod he ordered should be ready next week, will ya? Sure thing. I've been in the mood for something sweet. You got a burger that can satisfy a sweet tooth? A sweet burger? Yeah, and top it off with some grilled cactus. Grilled cactus? The heart wants what it wants. Well, we know what that's about. Indulgent, succulent, cactus. Oh, it's gonna make me go all the way around. Here's your order. I call it the sweet and stabby. Ha! Now that's a burger with bite. We did it, guys. Looks like we're missing a few things. Why don't you run out and grab some more ingredients? Okay, I'll be right back. And we don't have quite enough charms to do it all. But we did a few orders. We found the other minigame. Oops. If I could be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you. It's just that Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family. For our legacy. That sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. Aw, we're an optimist. Anything over here? No. Can we check back behind? Can. Anything in the back? No? No. Well, that's one delivery done. Let's go down here. Buds and bulbs.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello? Beep!
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. Ah, no bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me? Yeah, Grant had some jam I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes. The jam. Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me.
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post-haste. Okay. I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of course.
He leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know. Somewhere cold? How do they keep somewhere cold? Look, Bert. Do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good. Alright, we'll check out the scenery before we go bang on the melon and get yelled at for it. No, really? Could it be that they're passing secret messages? That's it. Nothing happened. We didn't even get yelled at for it, which is weird. Look, Ma, no hands. That's fair. We did smack it before and we were kicking it this time. I don't think there's anything changed there, so... Time to move on to a person we know to be a bad guy. Hey, the library's open. Anything new on the shelves? Probably not. Nothing new in the shelves. We can go all the way around the table, though. Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Have you seen this new issue of Hank Atomic? Not yet. No spoilers, please. It's awesome. It's a flashback. No spoilers, please. We get to see how mild-mannered Henry Adams becomes Hank Atomic, man of space justice. Jace, no spoilers! Oh, sorry. My point is you're gonna love it. Alright, Jace, catch you later. Roger that, Space Cadet. Oh man, he's so excited. Hey, Kato. Good afternoon, Luca. Can I help you find something? Maybe, maybe not. Try me. Well, there's been some weird stuff going on at the old Valentine warehouse. Can't say I know anything about the old warehouse. But empty hives don't stay empty for long. Huh?
Kato motioned to the book in front of him.
The more I read about bees, the more similarities I see with people. If a hive collapses and fails, it doesn't stay empty for long. A new queen will set up shop pretty quickly. So you're saying it would make sense for someone new to start using the warehouse? Nature abhors a vacuum. Well, we learned something. I got some jam for you, Mr. Nungreed. Luca, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops these off herself. I guess she's busy today. Anyway, this is my last delivery for the day. Oh, in that case...
Nuncreed snatched the basket from Luca.
I'll hold on to the basket till next time I see your Gran. Hey, you! Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple? Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? And that is how we met Beck this time. I am a neither type of girl, but if I had to choose between the two, pineapple would be my answer too, because anchovies are not my thing. Ever. What just happened? Welp. Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this. His favorite pineapple topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, and what's your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nellie. This is, Ilona. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh, yeah. Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you both can stop obsessing about me making friends? Oh, darling, we never doubted you. It's just that, for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nellie means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has just been friended. This calls for a celebration. Luca, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. Actually had already asked him and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get in too much trouble now. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome? I owe you one. My mom's great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is a little cottage next to that big mansion place. Ah, that's why they're never there. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by their big creepy gate. Don't be late. Or I'm back to the square one on the whole friend grift. Great, see you there. You know, I kind of like the way we met Beck last time better. I mean, granted it was through tragedy, but still. My moms are great, yeah. No, I love that they don't shy away from single-sex parents. Alternate parentage is, or I should say, alternative family dynamics, I think is what it's called or whatever, but I think it's cute. All right, well, we have dinner plans, apparently. We do have to go see Rolo at Mission Control. Ah. Across the bridge, please. We have found new charms, so let's see if there's any more bait that we can use. Yeah, we've got 3 more. As suspected, 6 things.
Luca wrapped some tape around the hook. Hey, you never know.
I got this, you guys. I got this. It's got a bunch of big words written on it. Let's see that. We regret to inform you that your application for property rights, with respect to the Beacon Pines CBD and surrounding area, has been rejected. Who's that for? Applicant Valentine Estate. Good. Good.
Luca stuck a toy stretchy hand onto the hook. Those things always get dirty anyway.
There's some very weird fishing in this pond. Just gotta reel it in nice and easy. Nice and easy. Do-do-do-do. Oh wait, wrong game. Should we give it to Mom? She likes jewelry. That's a sweet thought, Buckaroo. But I'm not sure she'd fully appreciate a pond bracelet. And last but not least, struggle.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
That is fair, Count. We have not caught a single fish. And sometimes fishing isn't about catching anything, but just feeling at peace, quiet, and one with nature. A message in a bottle. Malice 80 proof whiskey? A hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around. Except there's a message in it. Okay, there is a few more things to catch. We don't have all the bait yet. Looks like we could use some new bait. What do you say we head out and find some more? Well, I thought there were 6, but there's apparently more. Alright, cool. Do you have anything new to say? Yes. Do you think jam would make a good bait? I guess it depends on what you're trying to catch. At this point, anything. Well, you can certainly try, kid. You can certainly try. Rolo's not here. Nothing new here either. Alright. So that just leaves us with running into Beck. Oops. Okie dokie. Time to go to the Valentine estate. Or at least the outskirts of it. Oh, hey Gus. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. What's so good about it? Another day down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, it's not all bad. The festival's coming up. Festival. Old Man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's Perennial Harvest putting this one on. Putting on this one. They're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, the difference between Old Valentine Company and this new Perennial Harvest outfit...
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
...is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. Well, he's got opinions. Can we look at the beehive? No. Uh-oh. Ho there, little buddy. What brings you to this neck of the woods? Oh, I was just wandering around a bit. Wandering? How wonderful. Children and their wonderful wandering. Oh, to be young. Anyway, I can't let you pass just now. Top secret business that-a-way.
Mr. Kerr winked with a wry smile.
I'm just yanking your chain. Perennial Harvest is just making a few improvements.
He gave Luca an energetic thump on the shoulder.
Better head home now. Our harvest awaits. Well, that wasn't creepy or anything. Alright, you little rascal. Better head home now. Okay, I just wanted to know if I could maybe explore around a bit, but no. They just kick me out as soon as I get there. Hey, Beck. So who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. It's so empty and boring. Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this foul harvest thing. And you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4.
And this is where we will end the stream. So, we have gone through some wild times in this story. Beacon Pines is not everything that it seems, and I don't know about you, but I have been enjoying this quite a bit. But however, this is where we will wrap it up, and we'll come back to this again tomorrow. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you've been enjoying Beacon Pines and all of its crazy shenanigans. I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. If that's not your time zone, feel free to follow and even give me a subscribe to help me keep doing this so that you know when I go live. Especially if you put notifications on, that just kind of helps a little bit. If you don't like Twitch notifications, the alternative is to jump over to Twitter and follow there, as well as put notifications on so that you know when I go live. Every once in a while I retweet or like some Untamed fanfiction-y stuff, and that's basically all that my Twitter ever does. I also have a YouTube channel where the VOD for this story will be going up as soon as I can get it transferred over to YouTube every day. So if you jump over to YouTube, subscribe and ring the bell, you'll know when the VODs go live in case you miss anything, or you just happen to want to hang out with me when I'm not live. Either way, that's what YouTube is there for you to do. But as a streamer, I like to support my fellow streamers because we're all in this streaming community on Twitch together. So let's see who I can raid today. Well, speaking of the way people talk in this game, Daniel Gaming is playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. We're going to jump over to him. He's going to get bean-boozled because of the raid, which is always a fun time. And then we're going to check out how his island is doing. So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Monday. I will catch you back here at 1 p.m. Eastern US for more of Beacon Pines, and we raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye guys. See you tomorrow.